Hello everyone and welcome to Into the Stars. So, just as a disclaimer at the very beginning, I wanted to say that I asked the developer for a key and they were kind enough to provide me with it. So I got this game for free. I know some of you might want to know that, so I'm just getting this out of the way. So as you can see, this is a pretty interesting game. It features you being the captain of Ark, because the Scorn, a hive mind-like race, has come to eradicate all of the life that they came across, and unfortunately your race was the one that got hit by this. Oh, we have an alert. Your goal is to reach the end, basically, to reach Titus Nova, and to do so you must navigate through this hostile sector that we have right here. So as you can see, I'm currently about here, and actually I'm not sure how much of the game I will be able to show you, because unfortunately I'm kind of running low. Oh, there is the planet. Hard up, and let's race to it. Hopefully I will reach it. Basically you have to make it through with as many civilians as possible. These are your points. If they die, it's not a huge deal, but still you want to keep them as alive as possible. So we have another alert. So these are events that your crew members, like your captains, have to resolve, and it's kind of important because if you get involved in a fight you might have people out of place, and this is the yellow alert. So as you can see, some of the patches on the map, some of the hexes are color coded. What they mean is red that it's a high chance of combat, high chance of ambush. Orange is mediocre and yellow is low chance of ambush. And that's pretty much it. Probably I will have to show you a combat here because we are really in hostile territory at the moment. So this should be interesting. I know. Oh, and there we have a combat. So the combat is... Alright, Scorn drone. And as you can see, this guy is on task, and that's really bad, because I need him for commanding my shields, but I should be fine because it's just one enemy. So let's put those guys here and command here. So basically how it works, you have here, each module requires a certain stat to be operated, and you get this stat here. So you want as high med as possible, so that means the medical officer, obviously. Lasers and torpedoes are operated by engineers, and the deflector sheets is operated by commander. It basically means how fast will these bars charge. But the combat is kind of simplistic, but at the same time it's kind of interesting. So how it works is... oh my god, and I messed up. Oh no. Oh, luckily. You have to counter the frequency that your enemy is on. So now he switched to being red, so I have to set my weapons to either yellow or blue. And this will basically mean that you pretty much counter his shields. The same goes for your... oh my god, I was too slow because of my, explaining. Basically it means that if your enemy is shooting blue, you want to be blue on your shields to deflect his shot, then you take no damage. Your shields have the absorption rate at, depending what module you pick at the beginning of the game, but they range from 10% of absorption to 20%. And the enemy has pretty much 3 weak points that you can shoot at. Pretty much kind of FTL-like, so you can destroy... oh, I didn't realize. You can shoot his weapons, hull and shields. Hull is his total HP. If you reduce hull to 0 you win, and if you destroy weapons or shield you pretty much deactivate corresponding modules. And after the battle you can take resources, and the resources are really what's going to screw you in this game. So you can see the resources right here. And this is what your modules require, how many of, and this is how many you have. Pretty basic. It's really lining low fast, so even if you see 1000, it's low. Believe me, it's really low. So our life support is in dire need of oxygen and pretty much of CO2, and we are pretty much run out, so our civilians are dropping really fast. So I'm trying to race to this planet, and I will show you how the acquisition of resources happens.
Oxygen supply exhausted.
Yes, I know, and here we go, our civilians are pretty much dropping dead left and right, which is sad, but oh well, happens. This game is not really that punishing if you manage your resources well, but if you change your modules around in a wrong way, it can screw you over. So basically at some point I had both of my protein sequencer and life support running at CO2, so my CO2 went down really quickly. Then I switched to biomass, but my life support was never really in good shape again. We are approaching the planet here, but we actually have a command alert. So let's actually put to this guy. He's not gonna be that useful for now. Actually, he will be. So I will show you how the planet surfacing goes just in a second. So your ship moves at a certain pace. It depends on the engine that you pick at the very beginning. So currently I can only run at 10,000. It's the slowest speed, but it's the most efficient in terms of fuel. So we are slowly approaching this. The game can be kind of a slow pace, but I think it's due to the balancing reason, so I'm not really concerned with it. I'm patient guy, so I don't have problem with it. But if you aren't very patient, this might not be the game for you. So this is, you have three, actually I have to kind of move it along because my civilians are dying, even now. So you pick one of those three options and then you pick a crew that's manning the mission. So resource prop sends it out and you get a small amount of resources available at the planet. And I'm basically going to die because there is no CO2 on this planet. So what I'm going to do is send shuttle team, and this is pretty much your surfacing crew. So you want a high pilot, then there is the commander and medical officer.
Poor conditions.
Poor conditions, but my pilot is very good, so I should have no problems. And now what I'm hoping for is that I can change maybe my life support, so I want to go for this module. Items are boosting repairing units and modules are pretty much modules for your ship. Broken shields, alright. And what do we have here? Okay, that's the shield and it's pretty much the same as I have right now, so no need to replace it.
Captain, what are your orders?
I can actually try but it's useless, we have to tread along. There is a planet kind of nearby, so maybe, just maybe I can make it there.
Engines at maximum.
Luckily I have shown you like combat and stuff, so we can then go on how to the game plays from the beginning, because I am most likely not gonna make it. Unfortunately, as you can see probably in this corner, the game is in the early access and it's very early.
Imminent, Captain.
Oh my god, and there is a scorn attack and we have everything dying. So that's really bad, but we actually flew away from this orange, so we can pretty much send all of our crew to deal with this. Engineering, what do we have here? Command issue, oh, and another command issue. And you really want to solve those because they pile up and everything starts to get a debuff. Your modules may run at a slower pace or faster pace, which is not great because they drain through resources much faster than. And as I mentioned, the game is kind of a slow burner at the moment. It's fun if you're a patient, I would say. I know it's kind of strange, but going from planet to planet might be boring for some people. I find it interesting because I like this kind of games. And I'm really a science fiction nerd, so for me just looking around is pretty amazing. And this game is really pretty. It runs on Unreal Engine 4 and basically I have no problems in terms of the frame rate or anything. I'm running this at full graphical fidelity and no problems with stability or anything.
Issue resolved.
Actually, about the stability, occasional crashes happen. Oh, this guy is so easy, no problem. But we are running low on resources, so we want to get rid of this guy as soon as possible. Deflector sheets are in the right position. Here, here, fire. Deflect.
Civilians have been lost.
I know. I'm actually going to try and burn him as fast as possible, which might not be a great idea because he's got a good laser. Alright, he changed to yellow. The enemies are not really bright with switching their frequencies, but when you face more than one enemy, it may be really tough, so I might not have a chance to fight against two enemies, but just a heads up, if you are fighting two enemies, you want to be deflecting one of them, and the second one you have to turn off the weapons. That's basically the only way to take on two enemies, otherwise you will die. So just a heads up for anyone who might be interested in this game. Yes. 81 civilians have died, that's really... Oh! CO2, that's nice. And we have to really burn. Go, go, go. What else didn't I show? Oh yeah, engineering. So this is basically your items. Here you have buffing items, increasing the efficiency of items and all that jazz. You can pretty much click on it and this particular item increases the maximum HP for 10 days. And that's it, basically, when it comes to items. There isn't really too much variety. I have so far found the increase max HP, heal HP and increase efficiency of an item to use less resources. So not very great, but hopefully they will add more. And there is also the civilian city management, so it's mostly, yeah, this. You basically want to keep your population in as good a mood as possible, but obviously when you don't have oxygen on your ship it might be a problem. So you want to build the buildings with the resources that you might not be using, like MG I'm not using too much. I think I'm actually not using MG at all, so we can upgrade this. This will go to a next level, providing more order and so on and so forth. Not really too much there, it's just like tagged along. What is pretty cool is that you can see all of your buildings that you build right here. That's a great touch in my opinion. Alright, we are nearing this planet. So first thing, now some tips. First you want to send a resource probe, and the resource probe will show you which resources are on the planet before you send the mining rig. And I will show you the mining rig just in a moment, because I didn't really want to show it back there because it would be a waste of time. There's no CO2 on this planet as well. Well, that's really bad. Let's try and send the mining rig in case we might not have another chance. So mining guy and pilot. And for the more advanced, like sending shuttle with team to the surface or mining grid, you want as best of a pilot as possible, because otherwise you will take HP damage and you have to medical facility your crew. For the resource probe you may want to like have a second pilot that levels up slowly, and yeah, it seems like there is no CO2. And this is the minigame that the thrill involves, so you basically want to mine for the resources that you need, and you want to be avoiding the red boxes, and those honey patches will destroy your drill immediately, like just happened I think. So let's try and send my shuttle team, and maybe we will get another, what do you call it, protein sequencer to, no, life support, because we are not going far with this. Alright, continue. Module. 2 modules, Unmarked Grace and Strange Soundwave. I guess we will go for Soundwaves. Maybe there are some people who will have life support. Success. Original no, I'll shotgun ball, and it's even worse, so no. Damn it.
Captain, what are your orders? Command alert.
Oh, there's another planet there, so we might attempt for it. Public happiness decreased, obviously. They are dying. It's not like it's going very fast, but obviously you want as many points as possible at the end. Because that's pretty much what the game wants you to do. Unfortunately, I don't think it's gonna happen.
Medical alert.
Oh my god. Oh, great.
Opening
You know what I just did? These guys are on task.
battle station.
And this guy is a very good commander, and this guy was my semi-commander, so this is gonna be bad. I pretty much have to rely on Charles, and he's not a very good commander, so my shields are not gonna be very useful. We have to destroy his weapons. Let's fire. What is his color of weapons? Red. Alright, and this guy works a bit differently.
Civilians have been lost.
I know, you don't have to remind me. So,
Module offline.
oh my god, I destroyed his weapon system before he fired. Basically, he charges up the ball of plasma, let's say, to make it a bit less terrible, and he shoots at you with a delayed shot, so you cannot immediately turn on your deflector shields, you have to wait for the bullet to be approaching you. Alright, so actually our command issue has been resolved, so we can fastly change our commander here. Nice. And this will really boost our shields in case we might need them. Against one enemy you are pretty much overpowered, but against two enemies you will have tough time. So let's slowly work our way through this guy. He changed his face. Nothing we cannot handle.
Module offline.
Many people have been complaining about this game that the enemies never miss but you do, and I feel like this is a necessary
Shot.
balance, because otherwise you would be really overpowered. So I'm not really sure why people are complaining about this. I never had a problem with like fight. You have to lose in some way, like you cannot just win a game, because that would be stupid. I think this is what they did is a good balancing way. You are really strong, you're really overpowered, but you are missing sometimes. I'm not sure, that's just my opinion, but I really like tough games. I don't like the games to give you too much upper hand, because it gets boring to me really fast. What I hate the most is when I'm just succeeding in game. I like to have the challenge. I am actually very close to Titus Nova, so I would hate to lose it here.
Life support shutting down.
Basically, I think I have shown you like most what the game has to offer right now. Oh, there is actually trading with ships. It works very basically. You change one resource to another on different rates depending on what the merchant works. Oh god, I know, it's probably critical because I'm really low. So let's try and resolve all of them. Obviously the more experienced your crew is, the faster those bars will fill up. But it may come at a cost if you are attacked. This sector is clear, so we should have no problems. I will go basically with this video as long as I'm alive. And if I manage to clear this situation, I don't know, I might actually play it to completion here, and I will split it into 2 parts. I'm not sure how long I have been recording this, and I really don't like to make those too long videos, but this game is really cool. I have a lot of fun with it. The unfortunate thing is that it's €20. I'm not sure how the rates show up in dollars, so maybe if you know, you can write this in the comment section. For 20 euro I would say that this game might not be worth it right now. It's really unfortunate because I would love to recommend it, but at 20 euro for now this game has a little bit too little to offer. Unfortunately, but I mean, if they add more stuff to it, I think this would be a great game and kind of a 3D FTL. Completely, not completely different, but much different than FTL, but still the same genre of the game, I would say. So it's pretty amazing how it handles. They got the basics, they just have to build up on them instead of deviating too much. So I would say that they should focus on repairing the bugs, not repairing, fixing the bugs right now, because sometimes the game crashes, sometimes there are strange graphical artifacting, but it's not like too bad, it doesn't break the game, and my game never crashed when I was actually in the game. My game usually crashes when I'm loading, when I'm quitting the game, so it's not like terrible. It doesn't break your game. At least it didn't happen to me.
Civilian losses reported.
So yeah, you might consider it. It might be worth it for you if you're huge into that kind of genre and into the science fiction, but if you are just looking at the game and you are not the huge fan of this, it might not be for you, I will be honest. But keep this game in mind, like add it to your wish list and maybe write to developers some suggestion that you may have. One suggestion that I also have is there is no CO2 in this game anymore. This game hates me right now.
Your orders, Captain.
My suggestion is to add the speed up to maximum button, but it's because it's really boring to manually speed it up every time. So it's minor, I think. Also the camera in third person works a bit strange, I will talk about this in a second.
Closing in on us, Captain.
Okay, I don't really care about Cornea's module, please give me the different life support. And we failed it completely, so wow, useless. Let's go. And as you can see, slowly you build your speed up. I'm not sure if there is any balancing reason behind it, I don't think so, it's unnecessary. Like, just make it full speed and reverse to full. I have never seen like the need to balance my speed. So now when you press C, you go into a third person view and you cannot rotate your camera at first. You have to press the middle button and then you can rotate your camera. Why? I don't get it. What I would suggest is when you press middle button, your camera resets your view and that's it. So that you don't have to press middle mouse and then start to rotate your camera. It's fairly pointless in my opinion. So yeah, not too many complaints right now. The civilian city management is a little bit dull. I would like this to have more depth, because right now I'm not sure if there is any real reason to have your civilians. Incident frequency. Alright, so civilian status can affect how many shits happen to you. It's not really too bad though, like, I don't know, maybe something else. Maybe if they are happy, give a buff to your crew, like maybe faster gun reloading, anything really, because I don't really see that much urge to help my civilians. It's really just slapped on. I actually will destroy his weapons. These guys, I found that they usually fire very fast, so they will get little damage in as time goes by, so let's destroy his weapons.
Civilian casualties sustained.
So I think that this will be my part of ranting about this game, so if you had your information, this might be the time for you to turn off this episode. So if you liked it, please leave a like, it really helps me a lot, comment, and if you like what you have seen here, subscribe to be notified about my other videos that I will be making. Oh, enhancements, nice. but I would prefer CO2. Let's go. And if you want to stick by, I think I will continue this episode, and if it's too long I will split it, so see you in part 2.
Message coming through.
I'm not sure I can make it, to be honest, so...
Assign battle stations.
This is the FTL.